In the valley of Marin Hollow, time moved slowly. The mountains stood like silent sentinels, cloaked in pine and mist. Villagers spoke in hushed tones and carried heavy eyes. You could see it in the way that they walked, as if the earth remembered every sorrow ever laid upon it. No one knew pain more intimately than Elias, the blacksmith. His shop was carved from stone and timber near the river bend just past the chapel ruins. Smoke curled endlessly from its chimney, and even in the coldest months, the forge never died. Some said the fire in Elias's shop hadn't gone out in 27 years, the same number of years since his son passed away. He never spoke of it. He only used scrap metal, saying, "What's been through the fire knows how to carry the weight." On a bleak December morning, when the frost painted the windows like lace, Caleb walked in. Only 11, but the weight on his shoulders, well, it belonged to someone twice his age. He carried an iron broken cross. It had snapped clean down the middle. His small fingers clutched it like it was still whole. His voice was soft. "My father died last year. My sister, she's sick now. Mama says keep praying, but it just gets worse." He held up the cross. "Why won't God listen?" Elias didn't say anything at first. He walked to a low shelf and pulled out a twisted, rusted length of iron, warped like a corkscrew. "This," he said, "was once part of an old train bridge. It carried orphans out of the war until the flood came." Caleb's eyes widened. "That's the bridge that broke." Elias nodded. "Took lives with it. Some said the metal failed, but it didn't. The storm was just stronger." He placed the iron in the forge. "But watch what happens when the fire touches what's already broken." The forge cracked with flame. The metal slowly turned from gray to red, then to gold, then to white hot. The heat was tangible. It kissed Caleb's cheeks and made his eyes water. "Too little heat," Elias said, "and the iron stays stubborn. Too much, and it crumbles like ash." He pulled the glowing metal from the fire and laid it on the anvil. And then came the first strike. A thunderclap of hammer on metal rang through the shop. Sparks leapt into the air like stars, fleeing a collapsing sun. Each blow reshaped the once worthless steel into a blade, strong, straight, alive. "Pain isn't the absence of God," Elias said. "Sometimes it's where he's doing his most precise work." Elias set down his hammer and took up Caleb's broken cross. He mended the crack with the newly forged strip of steel, laying it in the break like a bridge. The cross glowed with the faint golden line down its middle. The scar, now the strongest part. "God doesn't promise we won't break," Elias whispered. "He promises we won't stay that way." He handed the cross to Caleb, who now held it with wonder instead of grief. "Where was God when your son died? Caleb asked quietly. Elias looked into the forge, eyes reflecting flame. He was there, holding me, crying with me, and whispering, I know this pain. He reached for a wooden carving on the wall, a crucifix, not ornate, just wood, iron nails, and blood painted in real strokes. He didn't avoid the fire, Elias said. He entered it. He was hammered too. And when they lifted him up, he became the bridge. Caleb walked home slowly. The sun was finally rising, casting amber light across the snow. His sister was still sick. His father was still gone. But he no longer walked with clenched fists. He walked with hope, because he now believed that faith isn't about escaping the fire. It's about knowing who walks with you through it, and believing the one who once took the nails still holds your name in his hands. I have refined you, but not as silver is refined. Rather, I have refined you in the furnace of suffering. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 10. Though he was God, he did not think of equality with God as something to cling to. He humbled himself in obedience to God and died a criminal's death on a cross. Philippians chapter 2, verses 6 through 8. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34, verse 18. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23, verse 4. By his wounds we are healed. Isaiah 53, verse 5. If you feel the fire today, don't give up. You're not abandoned. You're being reshaped. And the hands that hold the hammer once held the cross. God bless you, my friends.